Hello everybody, this is Udergelf911 here for Chapter 6 of Spec Ops The Line, which starts off kind of interesting in that we are alone in this area with, for whatever reason, the most powerful handgun in the game. I don't know why, but, you know, because they had to give us something good. So right now, basically, we have to just survive. And, well, I always remember this part of the game being one of the more... I find myself saying this a lot, being one of the more difficult, yet the parts I did not find hard in the harder difficulties have been harder here. In the regular, it's been reversed.
Do I sound okay? Get your asses down here!
Though this is kind of problematic now that I don't have any ammunition. But at least now I do. Yeah, now the only problem is actually surviving while... Okay, we've got it. Oh yes, one thing this game does do that I have not brought up is sometimes on headshots it will go into a slow-mo like explosion type thing. You know, not very pretty stuff. Now, where are they? I agree with your question. Okay, completely out of ammo again. I'm not gonna lie, as much as I think the lack of ammo in this game is cool, sometimes it is a bit... Well, actually, no, I still think it was a good choice to limit ammo somewhat. Well, more than somewhat, really. Definitely makes the fighting more interesting than just kind of like all the games that give you straight up infinite ammo. Blind fire too in this game is quite effective, more so than you would think. Oh, that was some frame rate dropping. Out of ammo yet again. Let's see, is there an ammo box or anything around here? I do not remember.
What the hell took you so long?
Elevator was broke. Had to take the stairs.
The time, Sergeant.
What?
He's fine, Adams. So am I. No need to get worked up.
I'm just saying.
I know. You got a lock on the signal, Lugo?
Yeah, we're close.
Then let's move.
Now, I believe, yes, they come through here. I really should start aiming better. That would probably be a good idea. And then I immediately waste half a clip on one dude. But yeah, I would say I'm pretty good at video games. Not really. I'm not very good, actually, at a lot of... I don't know why, but shooting... shooters, I've never been very good at. Well, some of them I am. Not these type of shooters. Why? That was complete accident. Yes, we got sticky grenades, which stick to what you throw them on. So instead of bouncing around, they stick naturally. I probably should... Probably should have used a sticky grenade just then. Let's see. That was completely wrong.
Sticky grenade out!
Now, the one problem, because one thing, yes, I was talking about shooters and me not being very good. I've never found myself very good at shooters in general. I'm not that bad at some of them. Like, I'm good at Doom. I've beaten Doom on, not Nightmare, but on Ultra Violence, which is the next hardest. I've beaten one level on Nightmare, and not a fan of that game on Nightmare because it has infinite enemy respawns, which is really horrifying to me. Because, I mean, just the first level was really difficult with the infinite respawn, so, you know, not happening. But a lot of shooters that I like, even, like Resistance, I always have trouble with them on their harder difficulties. Some games, and I don't know, I guess it's first-person shooters more that I'm not very good at, because, like, you know, I've beaten this game on the hardest difficulty, and then games that do have a lot of shooting in them, like, you know, Resident Evil 4 is very good. Not Resident Evil 4 is very good. I'm very good at Resident Evil 4, despite the really kind of bad Let's Play I did of it, which is not me being, like, humble about my work. I mean that in actual seriousness, because if you've seen that and then you kind of know some of the stuff about that game, you know I missed a lot of the treasures. I didn't even get the full crown in the game. I didn't even show off the second butterfly lamp or any of that, but that's not really, you know, pertinent here, but so I should probably, if I ever, since I don't do Let's Plays very much, much less finishing them, because I've tried, over the last 3 years, I've tried, not 3 years, but like year and a half, I've tried several, Let's Plays. Like, I tried to do Dead Space on hard, which a lot of them kind of ended because I just kind of lost interest in doing it. It's not that, like, because I've beaten Dead Space on Impossible, and I'd probably prefer to do that game on Impossible if I were to Let's Play it, as opposed to hard. And then, I tried Far Cry 3, of course. I recorded a lot of that game, though, but just I had not, for whatever reason on this Let's Play, I've kind of cracked more of the secret on editing efficiently. Which, that's actually another thing wrong with my Resident Evil 4 Let's Play. I did not have very good video quality, despite actually being able to do much better on the video quality. I just didn't. Here, at least, I'm doing it in HD, what I've got. But not really as much of I don't really feel like talking about video resolution right now during this scene. Yeah, this was always one of the more difficult scenes in this game for me, at least, to kind of stomach. Here's some intelligence though that we can listen to.
Thought I'd make it the whole way without screaming. Hacked my way through the sandboarding. Even bit my tongue when they brought out the knives. But the fire... Damn it. I screamed like you wouldn't believe. I'm disappointed. But at least now I understand the breaking. Once my flesh started melting, I'd have thrown my own mother under a bus just to make it stop. Every insurgent brought before me will know the same pain. And when they break, we will be like brothers, having stared down death and flinched.
33rd did this to their own men?
They turned on each other. You were right, Walker.
I sure wish I wasn't.
Well, as I've said before, I'm not too crazy on, like, the whole video resolution thing. But on Resident Evil 4, if I remember correctly, because it's saved, I had a really bad computer with really low memory, so I was deliberately lowering the quality so I could save space on the computer to actually do all of it.
If this is Daniels, he's been dead a long time.
We've been set up. What the hell's going on, Lugo?
No fucking clue.
Whoa, feedback.
Identify yourself.
Me? Who the hell are you?
Captain, go fuck yourself.
Well now, Captain. This little trap was meant for a fox named Gould. But you ain't Gould. In fact, I don't know who you are. No one does. And that's dangerous.
Dangerous to who?
Everyone.
I mean, come on. You didn't actually think we'd just let you walk in here, did you?
Yeah, we did. We're looking for survivors.
Well, you found some. It's a bitch, ain't it?
Move in, boys!
Captain Walker!
What the hell?
Up there! It's Gould! Get out of there! Don't stand there! Run!
Okay, now one thing I have this is really the point right here where the game begins to go. The stuff that's going on goes from pretty much bad to much worse.
How do you know who we are?
And which is actually one of the things that kind of surprises me about this game. Not so much what it does, but sort of the reaction around it. I'm surprised that this game did not cause more controversy than it did. It really didn't cause any. Like, it seems... That's a graphical glitch right there. A lot of pop-in during cutscenes in this game, which you might have seen at the end of the Chapter 5 video. Though I've yet to edit that video, so I don't know if it was in the video, because sometimes when you record things it changes. They don't look the same, or flashing is gone in the video. I don't know why, but... I'm surprised this game did not cause more controversy, specifically from places like Fox News or anything, because there was that game that came out, or well, did not come out, that was in development, called 6 Days in Fallujah, which was very controversial because it was about the War on Terror, which, you know, if you kind of listen to why that game was being made, it was not nearly as, like, should not have been as controversial as it was. But here is a game where you spend most of your time killing American military. Even though they have gone rogue, it is still American military, so I'm surprised that this game did not cause a lot more controversy than it did, which, to my knowledge, it did not really, though... if I am correct, it was banned in the UAE, I believe. I'm not quite sure. You might, I don't know if you can, if it's a full-out ban or it's not been, they have not released it there. Like, you can't release it, but I don't know if you can import it or anything. I don't know if it's a full ban or something like that.
Damn it, I'm out!
But it was banned there. But as far as I know, that's the only controversy this game caused. Now, one thing I would like to talk about here before we get to the next chapter, which I think is going to be a little bit, not horribly long time, but it's kind of the first time. When I played the game my first time, oh gosh, I think it wasn't that long after it came out, because this was a game that went really cheap very soon after it came out. Because it was not that commercially successful, so I paid, like, I want to say, I didn't pay anything for it because I had a gift card to some place, I don't remember where, but it was only $20, and I was like, why not? I played it, and, well, when I first played it, I played the entire game in one sitting, which is something that I have never done. At least for a game I've played the first time. I have played Resident Evil 4 in one sitting, but that was like a speed run where I beat the game in like just a few hours. This game isn't that long either. It's roughly 6 to 7 hours, but still, I have never played another game in one sitting that has like a beginning and end like this, that's story based. Because I might have beaten some like arcade style like iPhone games in one sitting that were really short. But actually playing this game in one sitting, I would recommend doing that if you have the time, because, well, I played it in one sitting just because I got that into the story, but I find that kind of the fatigue becomes a little bit more literal there, because playing a video game for 6 hours is going to take a lot more out of you than it really should, because I don't know if it's stimulation of the mind and kind of mentally wearing you down. But I recommend playing this game through in one sitting. I, of course, am not playing it through in one sitting this time because, you know, Let's playing it in, you know, multiple sittings, and I've played through it. This is the 4th time I've played through it, so not as... Now this section right here with the helicopter is... when I played the game on Special Ops, it was really, really hard, but when I played it on Fubar, it was not that hard, for whatever reason. I always found the sound mix of that little sequence just then always be kind of off. I don't know.
How's it look, Lugo?
You can walk, but it's gonna hurt. You want morphine?
Nah. I'm gonna keep my head clear.
Okay, and hold still. Almost done here.
What are you thinking, Walker?
I was thinking we landed in the middle of a fucking war zone.
It's impressive, seeing as the city was supposed to be uninhabited.
Exactly.
Maybe it's time we got out of here. Call in the evac team.
We got 8 miles of open desert between us and the storm wall. Helos would cut us down before we took 10 steps. Our only option now is to reconnect with Gould.
You sure you want to cast our lot with the CIA?
We have no choice. You've seen what's become of the 33rd.
Captain's right. The damned are out of control. Someone's got to stop them.
I know. Can we trust him?
Gould risked his life to save ours. He's earned my trust.
What about Conrad?
This isn't just about finding Conrad anymore. It's about doing what's right. Now, Adams, do the honors.
Whatever you say.
So I will see you all in the next part where we will do Chapter 7. Now, I do want to make one specific note. Remember that line that he says, it's not about finding Conrad, it's about doing what's right. Remember the it's about doing what's right part for the whole game, because that's sort of an interesting prophetic kind of line. Foreshadowing a bit, I guess. I don't know. It's not completely, but it's just an interesting one to keep in mind for his character. So, you know, I'll see you all in the next part.
Lugo, get him back on the
Bye-bye.
Signal's dead. Heads up!